Hello, this is Katie with Homeschool Chat, and today we are going to talk about your most valuable tools for homeschooling your kids. Are you ready? Here we go. First of all, plan out at least 3 grades ahead. Planning is so important. You have no idea how important planning is. Number 2, always be searching for a perfect fit curriculum for your kids and your home lifestyle. So there's so many options for homeschooling. To me, it seems almost limitless. You can actually have your homeschool child in a classroom environment if you want to, or you can have them in your home, or you can teach them using skills that they need to know, more of a hands-on. There's so many different ways. So always be searching for a perfect fit for your home and your child. Now, if you have 6 children that you're homeschooling all at once, always be searching for a perfect fit for your home and your children. So chances are, if you have a bigger family, you're going to want something that is interesting to all of your children, or will become interesting to all of your children, and that you'll pass down. Number 3, make sure you take your home lifestyle into account when planning your curriculum and your schedules. This is very important for every homeschool family. It is very, very important for homeschool families that have a lot of children. So when I talk about take your home lifestyle into account, what I mean is, when does the breadwinner come home? When are your meals? Do your children have after-school activities? Do they have activities in the middle of the day? Because if they have activities in the middle of the day, that's going to affect your homeschool schedule during the day. If you have 6 children and they all have after-school activities, how does this happen? What is the best way to plan your day? Okay. Number 3, teachers take into account your home life when planning your curriculum and schedules. So I think a lot of homeschool teachers don't take into account their own needs. And I think that you need to. And the reason is that we're all different. You are the homeschool teacher. You may be the principal of your school. You may be the administrator of your school. You're the parent, and you may have multiple children. So if you don't function well in the morning, you're going to want your classes to start a little later. Or you're going to want to arrange your classes so that your children work independently, and then you come into play a little later, right? Like a classroom scene or something like that. If you are sluggish in the afternoon, or as the homeschool teacher, right? If you're sluggish in the afternoon or in the evening, you're going to want to avoid teaching when you are not at your best. Now, if you have to, you have to. Life happens, but you should consider that. You should consider any after-school activities or extra activities that your children do. You should consider yourself. You should consider when you eat and how you would arrange all of that, and make it work for you. That's the beauty of homeschool. You have all of these different options and choices that can allow you to personalize every bit of it, which is what makes it so great, right? So, point number 4, again, pre-planning is key. I can't say it enough. Make a lesson plan for your kids. You can keep it simple. So let's say you have 6 kids. Keep your lesson plan simple. That's fine. You don't have to spend hours and hours doing paperwork to try and get a lesson plan. That's not the idea. The idea is that you're pre-planning, and it will help you to stay on task. So for instance, if you have a textbook where you want your student to get to chapter 6, then you have 5 other students, say it's the same subject but different chapter numbers. You need to have this available to you at a glance so that you can say, oh, this student needs to be at chapter 6 either by this day or whatever, by the end of this week, doesn't matter. Put your make a plan. So number 5, use the calendar. You have a full year of homeschool. Every homeschool household is different. Some people homeschool all year round, some people do not. I suggest if you are farm people that during harvest or during, I want to say lambing or calving or any of that season, that you let your children take a little bit of time off, maybe on call, to help you with those things. So all these different options, use the calendar, because you start a curriculum, you want to be able to finish it by the end of your personal school year, correct? So if you use that calendar, it keeps you on task, and it keeps you from, it just keeps you calm because you're not panicking that your child needs to go further. And it also tells you early if you need to adjust. Make goals for each child for each subject. And what you want to do is you want to try to exceed these goals. And if you don't exceed them, fine. If you're very far behind, you reevaluate what's going on, right? So my last point number 6, if any of these things aren't working, reevaluate. You want to reevaluate what might be wrong. It might be super simple. It might be that you are concentrating on one student, and during that time, the other student isn't being watched, and so they're not doing what they need to be doing. So you can switch their classes around so that it's something that the other student is interested in doing while you're in class or tutoring the other student. So just reevaluate, see what might be wrong, and most importantly, keep it simple. Don't try to overcomplicate things. The more complicated that you make homeschool, the more stress it is for you. Just keep it as close to a system that you think is amazing as you can. If you keep it simple and you like what you're doing, then you'll just continue to do it. That's about all I have for today. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a blessed day.